Big news for tiny homes. What's up, everyone? I'm Stephen Harrell with Tiny House Listings.
I'm Gabe Gentile.
We have really big news. As you can see behind us, we are moving homes. We are upgrading. Tiny House Listings, I suppose, has made it to the next level. So in this video, I was hoping we can give you a grand tour of our new home where we'll be building lots of tiny homes for hopefully you. No, the reason we're moving is, so in 2020, Tiny House Listings started building tiny homes. We had a quick pause because of COVID. And then 2022, we started building tiny homes again. And we have really grown. We've built a couple hundred tiny homes, I believe, something like that. Yeah. And the space that we had just outgrown. So we knew it was time to move to the next level. And there's such a shortage in affordable housing that we really wanted to make a bigger dent in our role for what we're up to. And we really, really believe this new space will help us do that.
Kind of talking about the warehouse and what we're doing with it. As you can see, this is a door here. We're actually making this door huge. This door is gonna be a 16 by 16 door. We're gonna cut a big hole in this wall and install a new door. And then the tiny houses will get rolled in and rolled out this same door. Basically, they'll come down this way and then go towards that red door down there, which you can see later on in the video. And then they'll flow this way. So I think here we're talking about this will kind of be like the driving zone. And then when they get finished, they'll come around here and get, cleaned up and test all the water, electric, things like that before they leave again. And it's also going to be a little bit of storage. So, we'll have a nice travel pathway, and then there'll be some lumber and some sheetrock and wood materials that we need to build these homes.
So the main benefit, again, we're going to be able to build more tiny homes, but we're going to have room to put different equipment in here. And the equipment that we plan to use is going to make the homes even more precise, more, expected in terms of quality. You'll be able to have the same product more quickly, even at a higher quality. And we're hoping to help keep costs down because there's a lot of things going on in the world now, tariffs and other factors as well. So our goal, hopefully, is to be able to buy in bulk, build in bulk, and get a product to you quicker and cheaper.
Yeah, so now after that long walk, we made it down to where the tiny homes would turn the corner and come around. As you can see, we got energy saving lights.
As you move, you can see the lights turn on.
Yeah, they'll turn on. But, so if you really think about this place in quadrants, we got 1, 2, 3 working quadrants, right? Or would that be triquints? Triquints, we'll go with that. So, if you think about it, this wall here is kind of gonna be in each quadrant, we're gonna have framing sections on each of these. So this whole row right here will be a line of tiny houses getting finished, whether it's the Mondo line is this side, and then the Model Tiny is the middle side, and then the third one's for whatever we do, but they will move down this way sideways. So you'll be pushing the house through these quadrants. And we're gonna start here, I think framing, walls will be assembled, and then they'll get attached down in those other quadrants down the line. And then those last 2, 3 bays is where all your siding's gonna get put on.
Finishing work,
all that good stuff.
We've sold all our inventory. Some of our build spots are starting to fill up, and we just weren't able to build. I'm just going back to the reason and some of the reasons why we're doing it. So we want to make sure that we can build tiny homes really quickly for our customers. All right, so Gabe had to step away for a few minutes. He'll be back shortly, so we will continue the tour. But again, this is the framing station. So the differences with this place is gonna be that we're gonna frame the walls, the floor, and the roof system on our framing table, lift them on cranes, and then bring them to the next station. And the tiny homes will literally be able to be rolled sideways, right? So we'll be able to start at the beginning, roll it all the way to the end down there where it's finished, and then it'll go out the door. And I will show you where they go afterwards, when they're in a holding pattern, or if they're for sale or whatnot. But in this station is where literally all the components of the tiny house, the walls, the floor, the roof, will be connected to the frame, to the trailer. And speaking of trailer, I guess I might as well go and speak about it now. Tiny House Listings is pretty much modular certified. So we're going to be building modular homes all throughout North Carolina and hopefully in the surrounding states in the coming months. But that way you'll be able to buy a piece of land, get a traditional bank loan, and these will leave this facility on the back of a trailer and then get hoisted off the trailer onto the foundation that's already been pre-assembled ahead of time. So that's the cool thing about modular. So we'll be building modular and tiny homes in here. So anyways, once the home is assembled, you got all the walls and the roof, it'll move on to the next section, which will be right here. So as you can see, there's different little sections or cubicles or whatever you want to call it. So in this section, we'll be doing our rough trades, our rough plumbing, electrical, insulation, and siding and maybe even painting here. We haven't decided yet. So once all that's done, the house will be well on the way. It'll be 50, 60% complete. Then we'll move down to the next section. Now, there's two sections here. Over here, since finishing tends to take a big portion of the time, because the farther you get along in the manufacturing process of a home or anything pretty much, the finishing work is going to slow down because that's the most important stuff. That's the stuff you see, right? And it just is more intricate, it takes more time. So we're going to dedicate this area and the next area over to finishing work. And the way it'll all work is you can see these bays are 35 feet wide, and a tiny home is maximum 10 feet wide. So you'll be able to, if one's ready before the other, it'll be able to be slided out and moved over that way towards the door. So that'll be really nice. Gabe is on his way back, so let's bring him back in. So just imagine all the way down here in the next aisle, there's tiny homes that are pretty much finished or just about finished, and they'll head out that door once it gets expanded, and it'll go over to our laydown yard, I guess you would call it, or our sales lot, whatever you want to call it, and we'll take you over there next. So just going on the numbers and everything, another reason why we decided to move it, our previous facility, we're pretty much maxed out at 4 tiny homes at a time. You could cram more in there, but it just was not ideal. And with this space, at a low number, we could do 12 at a time. At a high number, we could do, what were you saying, 24?
24, 30. 30 is a lot, but 30 is good.
And not even that, we can build them in less than half the time at a higher quality. So that's what we're really, really excited about. And we're hoping if the demand's high enough, we'll be able to bring our prices down a little bit too. So
yeah, see, the thing is, the main thing is when you get more space, your guys aren't on top of each other, so you have that more visual inspection of, we got to get the next one in here, we're running out of room. This way we can not slow down our processes, but really hone in on how we want to put things together and
that's right,
really make it top quality.
And we can also employ more people in the area, which would be great.
So after they leave the warehouse, which we just showed you, this is a place where people can come and look at the homes that we've put in our inventory.
And the really cool thing about that is normally the place we had before, there just wasn't a lot of room. And so now we'll be able to have inventory. It'll be if we build you a tiny house and there's like a waiting period between when it's done and, you know, from the time it's available for delivery, for pickup. So it can stay here. And also we'll have a lot of tiny homes that are available for purchase. You'll be able to come here, take a tour of our facility, and also look at the tiny homes that we have available to hopefully pick one out that's best suited for you. So that's a quick tour of our tiny house facility, our new upgraded one. And so as in the coming weeks, as we start to move over and start building things, we're definitely gonna take you along in the journey so you'll be able to see the process and get an idea for what we're up to. So in the meantime, if you're interested in having a tiny house built, probably at our new facility, you can email us at build@tinyhouselistings.com, or you can go to see all the models that we have available and our pricing and things like that at tinyhouselistings.build. So thanks for watching.
Catch you on the next one.
See you in the next video.